2005, I really began to really sit under a prophetic ministry, and I began to really take a lot of notes, and I still have those notes. You just saw it earlier in my green notebook that Angeline brought me, and it was a prophecy that I wrote in 2005. You can bring it again. Do you still have that notebook? Where's that notebook? Marguerite has it. I have her to give it to me when she come back. But this notebook contains a lot of notes. And a lot of where I share tonight, you're not going to remember it. It's going to leave. A lot of times, the reason why that information leaves, because God is giving us something that's already in our future. And because of certain situations, not everybody, but there are some people just literally going to forget. You may remember one or two things. You're going to need to come back to this night, because this is a very important night. You're going to have to come back to some things. So write that down. Embrace the process. Embrace the process. Now, the reason why that title is already important, because there are so many people who are not embracing any process. We live in a generation where I can just put popcorn in the microwave and eat me some butter popcorn. You never put butter on it. You just open the package, put it in the microwave, and now you got butter popcorn. Well, when you really begin, you have to take those seeds and put butter and put salt. That popcorn has to go through a process. When I first got saved and I got in God, I heard a lot of messages that made me feel like I had the right to things without going through a process. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever just had an attitude when somebody called you? How you doing? I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm this and I'm that. I walk in authority. Some Christians get so high in authority, they'll walk in the grocery store and think it's supposed to be free. I'm going to get to this kind of good. I ain't going to pay for it. Oh, I'm God's child. I'm going to get these benefits. Watch it. And guess what? Sometimes those things happen. But it's not a lifestyle. That's not a way of living. There's times you will walk up, somebody pay for those groceries. There's times you ain't going to know where the bill money is coming, and it's going to supernaturally hit you. There's going to be times when you don't feel like you say, you know what, I'm about to quit this job. I'm tired of these people that get on my nerves anyway. And God going to give you the strength. You're going to go through that job. But there was a story in the Bible. Go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 6. Ecclesiastes 8 and 6. Story in the Bible when Mary wanted Jesus to turn water into wine. Now, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 6 is not that story, but I'm preparing you why you get that. And they was at a wedding, and they was running out of wine. They ran out of wine, and Mary said, you know what? Jesus can turn this water into what? Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 6. You ready? For there is a proper time. Somebody say time. And procedure. That means process. What does it mean to go through a process? It means that a series of actions, a series of steps has to be taken to get a specific result. That means I have to go through step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, and 5 before I qualify for this. But there's a story like Jesus made a miracle happen. He caused a miracle to happen and turn water into wine. Now, anybody know that wine, in order to get wine, it has to go through a what? And the way they made it in the older days, I'm going to talk about that, it had to go through a real process. They didn't have machines. And I'm going to tell you about that. But this Bible tells me in Ecclesiastes that God will perform miracles in my life, but that's not the way I'm supposed to live every day, 24/7. Why? Because if God did everything for us, we would not appreciate. We would not value life. We would not appreciate the good times. We would not appreciate when we don't have. I know people, they fall out when they don't got nothing. Oh, my shit, God, I don't know how I'm going to make it. You got to know how to make it with and without. You got to know how to prepare when you know your check going to be short next week. You already got some money put away. You got to prepare yourself. You got to think about where you're going. You got to think about when a storm can come, because a storm will come. You just don't know when it's coming. But let me tell you, a storm is coming. My auntie, she told me, her name ain't Mill, I call her Mildred. When I was young and I used to talk to women on the phone all the time. I was in elementary. Phone used to blow up all the time. She said, somebody going to break your heart. I said, ain't nobody break my heart. They love me. All these women love me, and I love them. And they was calling me. I ain't know no better. Then I fell in love in high school, and that girl broke my heart. Can I tell you, a storm will come in your life. Be prepared for it. Don't let people tell you just because you sow a seed, a storm ain't coming. A lot of the people in ministry and church have gotten it wrong. Why have they gotten it wrong? Because they have seen a situation in the Bible where somebody sowed a seed, where the widow woman of Zarephath sowed a seed to the prophet first, and then that God made a miracle happen in their life, and then we take that one incident and make it a doctrine. We make it our life every day. Girl, I ain't going to do that. My boss got on my nerves. I'm just going to sow a seed about that. Wrong. You have people preach all day, never mention Christ. All they talk about seed, seed, seed. That's why people don't even want to watch Christian television no more. Soon they come on, sow a seed, sow a seed, sow a seed, sow a seed. We overemphasize certain elements in God. But God is taking the church back to a process. What is this process? The Bible said that you cannot put new wine into what? Old wineskin. We're going to talk about that. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 6. There is a proper time and procedure for every matter. Write this down. Mark this scripture. If you don't write the whole verse down, write down Ecclesiastes 8 and 6. I want you to meditate on this for the next 6 months. God told me that the people that are here and that hear this message, you're about to be accelerated in the next 6 months. God is getting ready to redeem the time. There are some things that has been stolen from you. There are some things that has been delayed. There are some things that has been withheld from you. There are some information that they didn't give you because they didn't like you and they didn't want you to get ahead. God said, I'm about to accelerate it. You're going to have to keep a journal because God is about to load you with information and revelation from now to the next 6 months. And God says some of this revelation and information going to come from people that you don't even like. Don't you know there's folk that's hating on you? And you know how to be poised. God said he's about to prepare us to know how to be poised in a room full of vultures. How to move and maneuver. How to walk up in authority and be poised knowing that Judas is about to kiss you. But you're getting ready. God said, I'm about to use your enemies to get you into your purpose. God said the reason why I want your enemies to be there because I want to irritate them. I want them to see the blessing. God said that you are getting ready to go through a process. Write this down. Because of every matter, he don't want you to lose what you're about to gain. Say, I'm not going to lose it. How many stories have we heard on Facebook? I'm talking about Facebook a lot because that's the way we communicate in this generation a lot. Some people don't even get on Facebook anymore because it bothers them. Every time you look around, I got a new house, I got a new car, I got this. You start beginning, wait a minute. Why none of this ain't happening to me? All my friends in high school.